Now, people may be saying, well, we're in 2020, John and Lafayette, and this really does not exist. To that, I would say either your eyes are closed, you're ignorant, or you're just willfully being blind. What I mean by that is if you look at statistics, take opinions out of it, the reality is that women are often not as favored or looked upon as favorable as it comes to men. Whatever context you want to look at it in. If you want to look at it from a spiritual context, even though study would suggest that there are more women in church than there are men, you still see, as far as leadership roles and platforms, they're more given to men, even though women outnumber men. If you look at the workplace, the CEO numbers, statistically, not opinions but facts, women, when it comes to jobs, men are more likely to get a job, or if the woman gets the same job as them, they will be paid more even though the woman has the same credentials as them. Both of them have a bachelor's degree, they both have the work experience, they both have the correct credentials. But because one is a man and one is a woman, the man has the advantage. If you look at civil rights, not just beyond the black and white, but civil rights for gender, that women weren't allowed to vote until the 60s. If you look at that, that's not that long ago, and it's crazy. And so when you begin to think about these things, we have to be careful, especially as men, as being men of this podcast, just speaking to those of us who are in the audience that are listening to this in our audience, that we don't get that superiority complex, that we think we are more dominating or somehow we are smarter. We often will make jokes that women are bad drivers, women are this and women are that. And we don't realize that contributes to these biases. I've said it. A woman can't drive as good as me. I've said it out my own mouth. So I'm not throwing rocks at anybody. And I'm definitely not trying to come from a place of being hypocritical. It's something that I want to make sure that I'm intentional of being. This is one of those things. Now we're talking about unconsciously, because I've said it unconsciously, not to be offensive, not to be demeaning, not to be degrading. But the reality is that we have to break that stigma that even in 2020, women are still behind the margin. And it takes not just women speaking up for other women until men start speaking up for other women. Then is that when we will see change.